They can make 1430.
Cheers, everyone.
Optimistic to bid it, though. It's not. What's it? Okay, 6. More normal might be 680. So 3 spades doubled would go down $1 million. Let's say they lose 2 spades, 2 hearts, diamond, and maybe 3 clubs. So it might go down 800. Anyway, north south aren't going to defend. So it's just a question of whether north south stop in 4 hearts or get to 6 hearts. So we're told east and west are Sementa and Versace, great Italian players. North-south are Swedish players, so a very European flavor here. It's very late in Europe. So it looks like they are going to reach 6 hearts north-south, which is good for the Bremark team. So I think they're going to make it. Looks like we missed a 1 no trump contract on the first deal. At least at my internet connection, we just got on a minute ago and missed the first deal. So trying for 7. I don't see where they ever agreed hearts as the trump suit, though. Maybe they're heading towards 6 diamonds, which will also make hearts are 3-2. 1 diamond honors on side. Well, somehow they figured out that they're in hearts.
1 diamond, 1 spade, double, 2 spades.
There's
double.
A good chance that West will lead a spade from the king, and that'll make things even easier. Queen of spades wins and declare draws trumps and plays a diamond to finesse losing. Well, you can't really go wrong. So this is going to be 1430, a nice result. Double shows 4 hearts. South's double showed 4 hearts. How interesting. Why not? I don't know. I would just bid 3 hearts with hearts. So whatever. So the ViewGraph operator is supposed to put in the players' names, and we found out this morning we got last-minute ViewGraph operators who might not be too experienced. I'd say this is a reasonable slam, probably above 50%. You know, if hearts are 3-2, 1 diamond honor on side, and you have a few little extra. Yeah, it's pretty reasonable. That's funny. The ViewGraph operator says Versace did not realize it was his lead. Well, at least we know now West is Versace. So the queen will win. And I mean, whether to declare George Trump first or plays a diamond first, not obvious to me.
Probably play a couple of hearts regardless.
Dummy reversal. Well, in the written commentary, there's no such thing as a dummy reversal in a 4-4 fit. A dummy reversal is when you trump in the long hand several times to get extra tricks. Often, like it's a 5-3 fit, and you'll trump in the 5-card hand 3 times. When you have a 4-4 fit, there's no such thing as a dummy reversal. So Rick Threeson, thanks for the comment. But Okay, so he's decided to draw trump and work on diamonds. Now he does have a pitch for a diamond from the dummy. So even, after that spade lead, even if the king and queen of diamonds are wrong, he's got a pitch from dummy, and then he can throw the 10 of spades on the ace of clubs. So he's in really good shape here. Yeah, the queen of clubs falls, but I don't think we're going to get to that because I don't think he's going to work on clubs.
Yeah, I just had a double diamond finesse.
He's just trying to set up his diamonds. He's not going to try to set up dummy's clubs. The diamonds is a better suit. That's why he's working on the diamond suit.
I don't know what some of these commentators are
You
saying.
can see in the written commentary, yes, the second quarter was very swingy, only at one table. But the table I was at was very normal, and the other table was all over the place, creating swings both direction. The Holt and Bremark against Fleischer and Martel. Mostly Holt and Bremark were creating the swings. Fleischer and Martel had somewhat results. So now Declarer will probably just play the ace of diamonds. He'll be going down if that was a singleton queen of diamonds with the rest. So his choices here, he could lay down the ace of diamonds and claim on 3-2 diamonds. He would lose, though, if he started with 4 to the king. So he could be thinking of roughing the spade and taking another diamond finesse. Those are his two choices. Either one of them works, so he can't go wrong. I like when I can't go wrong. Happy to have someone join me here on The Voice. Be warned that I talk a lot, though. We had a lot of people watching the first 2 sets, but I don't expect nearly as many now that it's so late in Europe. Okay, so now he can claim as long he went for the not he went for 3-2 diamonds or 4 of them. So now he's going to throw a diamond, then rough a diamond. Now he didn't need that extra spade trick. If the lead had been different, he would have just taken 2 diamond finesse. So all roads led to 1430, a nice result for the Bremark team. So a marginal 3-no trump here for north-south, 24 highs, 2 balanced hands, 13 ups at 11. They're not vulnerable though, so they might not be pushy. Okay, board 2 is, we're told, the other table's in 6 hearts, so it'll be a pushed board. Well done by both north-south pairs. I guess that would be Martel and Fleischer at the other table, bidding and making 1430. So I guess North makes a negative double here or some sort of limit diamond raise. The negative double of 1 spade overball doesn't guarantee 4 hearts. So negative double's okay.
I'm joining for commentary, but I don't know how you do it.
No trouble. Yeah, well, if 1 diamond, 0 or 1, they're not going to raise that. So South will bid a no trump, and North will pass. I guess the 1-no rebid. Al, what's the 1-no rebid? Depends what the 1-no opening is in this position. Yeah, we don't push for white games with balanced hand by North. 1-no's pretty comfortable. 3 club tricks. And one no will make it comfort. Vulnerable, they might have stretched and tried for 3-no, which looks to be problematic. Yeah, usually 4 hearts for the double by North. That's how I would describe it usually. Okay, so non-vol, they would have opened 1-no with a decent 13. So North knows his partner has at most a bad 13. So I agree with the pass. Okay, so the Queen of Spades lead showing the King. Declarer might win this because it's not like he wants a heart switch. I don't even think I would invite vulnerable. If I know my partner has at most a bad 13. So I don't think I would invite even vulnerable. So yeah, Declarer won this because he doesn't want a hard shift. And he's still got spade stop. So once clubs behave, he has 7 top tricks, and he can then worry about over tricks. And he'll probably end up, well, he might end up with an over trick. If they switch to hearts now, he'll probably end up with an over trick by virtue of cashing out and the Queen of Diamonds. So he actually might end up with 2 over tricks. So I suspect the double dummy says 2, 3, 4, 9 tricks, because if you guess diamonds, no matter what the opening lead is, you'll have 4 diamonds, 3 clubs, and 2 aces. So double dummy, makes, but if you're in it, I don't know that you would make it. You'd have to guess the diamonds, and you might. If you know West has a doubleton diamond, which he does, and maybe you can figure it out from that he's got 5 bit spades, he has 5 spades, 4 hearts, and 2 clubs. If you know West has a doubleton diamond, believe it or not, the percentage play, the correct play for 4 diamond tricks is to lead 4 of diamonds and finesse the 10. Now, why would you finesse against the doubleton? Well, because the doubleton queen over with West would give you 4 diamond tricks, whereas if West has a small doubleton, you can't take 4 diamond tricks. So it's one of those weird situations which come up every now and then where you know the suit's 4-2, but you play the 2 to have the queen because it's the only way to get the tricks.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, good stuff.
Yes, Versace is West. The operator forgot to type that in, but he told us that Versace was on lead against the slam. That's West. Versace had a very long term partnership with Lorenzo Loria, who's much older than him. I don't know what happened to Loria. Hart lead would have beaten the game. Well, not necessarily. Not if Declarer guesses diamonds. See, if West overcalled spades and led hearts, and was known to have 5 spades, 4 hearts, and Declarer would work on clubs and 2 clubs for the reasons I just said, Declarer might guess the diamonds. So I think he might have made that bet for 3-0 by guessing the diamonds.
What's he doing here?
As his only way to take 4 diamond tricks. I suspect if you click the double dummy, it would say 9 tricks.
Yeah.
Someone correct me if I'm wrong. David, hello over there at midnight in London almost.
It's not quite midnight. It's, what is it, 10-ish. Hello, is that 30 points again? 13, 21, only 26. That's nothing.
So I'm in 7-no trump. I don't know if the players will figure that out.
It might as well be 30.
Your partner opens 3 spades. Well, assuming that's a 7-card suit, how many tricks can he count? 7, 8, 9, 10. He can only count 12 tricks. But if he uses Blackwood and asks for aces and kings, so this must be some form of key card. A lot of people use 4 clubs as an ask after preempt, and the responses are typically no key cards, 1 without the queen, 1 with the queen, etc., etc. Let's see if that's so. 4 diamonds would be none. 4 hearts would be 1 without. 4 spades, 1 with, maybe with 7. I doubt North with 4, no trump. So the Bugraph operator tells us it's a very friendly atmosphere. It's Italians against Swedes. They'll be communicating, of course, in English. I doubt the Italians know Swedish or vice versa.
No, it's this
Yeah,
one.
I each other. So I don't know whether they do have a language in common, but certainly.
Well, English.
Well, that. The official language of bridge is broken English.
Are you allowed to say that?
I think I did say it once a lot of years ago. People remind me.
How's your broken Swedish and broken Italian?
Terrible.
Preempt Roman key card.
Spades. See, this partner had king of clubs. Can he count 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? Yeah, maybe he could with 7 no trump.
Yeah, if it was board a match scoring or match point scoring, I'm sure he would have been 7 no trump. It's, in fact, I think the only, and of course it's no swing, 22-10 against 22-20 at this form of scoring, but I'm trying to think if the advantage of playing in spades might be like where you can play ace, king, and ruff a diamond and set up a menace for a squeeze, something like that.
Yes, it could be if you didn't trust your partner to have the 7th spade, for example, then the ability to rough stuff before deciding whether to take a hard finesse or whatever. But I don't think Versace first in hand game all would king jack down to 6 and a king. Still, no harm done, as you say. Nobody roughed the opening lead.
That's the danger of that, obviously.
Another good hand.
I was playing 7 no trumps.
We had a 30 count this morning, David.
I saw it. Yes.
Yeah. I've never seen that.
31 was the record I've seen. I didn't have it myself, but I saw it in a match.
Well, if you ever see more than 37, let me know.
More than 37. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think 37 is the max.
Somebody seriously bugging the software for 37.
So 6 hearts here is quite good.
They can make another slam.
Yeah, 6 hearts is quite good, especially if you could somehow play it from the east side. It's a little better in that they can't annoy you with a diamond lead, and you can draw trump, lose the spade finesse. Well, it's a little trickier than that.
Well, he got it played by the east side. That's the first hurdle. More or less natural. 2 clubs. A lot of people.
They're not going to go for a slam here. It's miles off.
2 clubs can be balanced, and both 2 diamonds and 2 hearts are 5 cards. It's a lot of other sophisticated stuff around. Not sure exactly what flavor these guys are using. So,
well, 2-0 on the second round. You would think he'd be raising hearts. So I don't know.
Yeah, this must be some sort of artificiality. Maybe now I can do 4 hearts, and that shows a good 4 heart bid or something. Rather than raising hearts immediately. Or maybe it's just. But there's some little alert around 2 clubs. I can't see anything around 2 no trump.
So 6 hearts, I would say, is decent.
Yeah, the 10 of spades is a big card.
Yes.
And I mean, everything's working pretty hard. The queen jack of diamonds might not take tricks, but at least they stop you then again setting up a trick quickly.
It's kind of awkward to play it. Like, do you draw Trump? And boy, the 4-1 break sure slows things down.
Absolutely, and the spade is wrong.
I mean, do you try to rough clubs in your hand first? Do you draw some? It's the king of hearts. There's only one trump out. So if they rough the spade, that's their last trump.
That's the
So I don't
last
know why.
one. Yeah, hit it.
So he's going this route instead. Now a heart to the king and start running the spades. I guess it comes out to the same thing. Huh, this is strange, isn't it?
Well, I suppose he's only in four, but to me, it looks a little bit strange.
I mean, what if that lost? Now they play another club. Well, yeah, I guess it's in four. Well, this is one way to make six. Now he's going to have a trump coup.
So he,
Yeah, he basically has a claim now. He just can play 3 rounds of spades forever, and he won't lose any trump tricks.
no, he won't. But he did. Well, maybe go with front. Go deeper.
Oh, they might not be playing any more tricks out. They might have conceded. Everyone can see that he has the rest. Just don't claim it your local duplicate because it'll only slow things down.
Okay, they came into Fleisher, I think, on board 3, where they played one night Trump and Nystrom and night 7, but they found their way to pull up the other table and made that. You don't expect a swing, but strange.
That was the Grand Slam. There've been a bunch of Grand Slams this match already.
Yes, there've been more hands than you suspect, with sort of more than 13 tricks. I think that last one only had 13. Well, I keep giving you good card. I haven't given this partner so much this time.
It's a very friendly lie of the clubs, but there's not a lot of entries to the West hand. Looks like a quite square deal to me. Are you a takeout doubler, David, with the south hand? White on red. Yeah. Absolutely. What if we took away one jack?
One jack. Well, I mean, a jack you wouldn't mind so much. If you get me, took away the jack of diamonds and give me 2 diamonds and 3 clubs, then I don't think so. No, maybe then I would not. But this is fine. What sort of cards will you probably going to only do 2 clubs? No, okay. This is very Italian. He doubles to show a good hand first, and then you do something next.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen one of the European players double when I would have done something else. They just seem to, like, anytime it's their turn, they just say double and it means whatever they have.
It's certainly, I mean, it's very, very, very much an Italian thing. I mean, but the Italians double on hands that really you wouldn't think. But I mean, they're doing it. They never pass any of these doubles. They're always purely put take out, and they always mean, I've got some extras for whatever it is I'm about to do next. You carry on bidding.
That doesn't mean like sure in America this double would be short hearts. Be like
No,
$4,
it just means I got a good hand. You bid, and I mean for Versace like Kenny bid. He's got a hard stop. He hasn't got anything else, but he doesn't have any.
I would bid diamonds 5 to the 10 rather than.
Yeah, you could bid diamonds, but that might. I mean, for example, I'd be surprised if Sementa raised this to 3 if I mean, I might raise it to 3 if I had this auction in a sort of where double was the good and double was really for take out on the top would actually show something, and you would bid 2 diamonds, but okay, North's got something. He doesn't see his partner made a takeout double, and he's got a perfectly decent hand of his own, so why shouldn't he do?
Well, that'll slow East down. Where I come from, when you take out your partner's double to no trump, you have something.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean that's it. He just did two clubs because that was what he was going to do. He was going to double and then with his clubs, and that's a good hand of clubs, and immediate big clubs would be less high count, more distribution, maybe. It's
So is there any chance of two hearts going down? They have to lose a heart, a spade, a diamond, two clubs, and some handling. Well, Fleisher is going to win 13 imps because they stopped in six spades at the other table. I guess that's already hard to imagine. That's already in the score. It's surprising.
right.
Surprising to see an expert pair miss that after the three spade opening.
What was it? Three, four, club, four hearts. Six, spade. It looks as though. That's just a complete misunderstanding.
Something went wrong.
Something went seriously wrong. Well, that may not have been his best. The guy got a cheap trick with the three of hearts, and now the defenders have good clubs. Or maybe they still.
Is this what happened? I was gone for
It looks like ace of clubs, king of clubs, club, and declare it discarded from the dummy.
How strange.
Upmark is getting everyone water. When he comes back and sees what's happened, he may pour some of them in the strong pan. He went down after that massive dummy I gave him. Now, if he finishes hot, he's going to lose a diamond rough as well.
Well, he knows West has the king of hearts from the bidding, Nate.
Yeah, he does, but I suppose he won't do it, even though it's his only chance now for the contract. But yeah, he really does know that he should.
They're playing. They're Rick 3 son. They're playing at the table with trays. That's why we have a view graph operator. It's so that I don't know what ace of clubs, king of clubs, and then he discarded on the club instead of say roughing with the queen of hearts. And then ace and a heart. I'm not sure I follow. I'm not sure I follow the logic there.
I mean, if he knew that the king of hearts was guarded offside, that was. The king of diamonds must be with the other hand, so that was pretty much guaranteed. 6 weeks. I don't know. I mean, he's not vulnerable. He's not afraid of. Oh, I'm always going down. Let me try and minimize the loss or something against 4-1 hearts. But now he's and played the dumb. He can't take two spade from.
So he can come to his jack of hearts, lead a spade, and West ducks. He's actually going to go down 2.
Yeah. Oh, I see. All right. Okay. So he didn't do that. He didn't do all of that. Down two was the operator playing for the Fleisher team. Down one was what Nystrom actually did. But even so, he might not have done that. Peculiar. So that's actually, by the look of it, treating backhand as balance. The club is like natural or balance, but he's treating 5-4-2-2 as a no-trump kind of a distribution. Many people do, of course, but
The North has too much for any kind of overcalls, so has to start with a double and then figure the rest out later.
one spade is purely, I mean, it may show diamond. Let's see, a diamond would show hearts, a heart would show spades. It's logical that a spade would show diamonds, so I guess that's what he's doing. Yep, one spade equals diamond. Well, that'll cheer Versace up no end. It's good because if he'd been a diamond, North South might have been able to stick in a spade, but over a spade, I suppose he could have said double. That shows a hand that would happily be a spade, but he actually passed. And
Three diamonds. Well, I was afraid two diamonds might be a reverse showing extra. Now a jump to three diamonds.
no, he's supporting one spade showed diamond.
I know, but he's jump raising. He could have been two diamonds. He jumped. He's got a minimum.
What? I mean, it's not counts as
But would you
I
not
don't
think?
know. I mean, I agree with you. I think that.
Well, North's delighted. North was hoping to get to double diamonds for takeout, which he's gotten to. But I'm still reeling from Versace's jump. South, four diamonds? Really? I don't know if that's another operator error. Isn't that a big bid?
Well, he passed over a spade, so Nystrom's not going to place him with a lot.
So it's good because he doesn't have a lot.
What happened then? Huh? It's like we've lost everybody.
So I don't know about you guys, but we missed something here. Why is the score Fleischer? Why is Fleischer up by 22 now? I don't know what's happening. Could be internet issues here. I mean, in the hotel. I don't know how it works with the delay. So let's see. Why is Fleischer up by 22? They've picked up 15. I don't recall them being up 7.5. Maybe board 5 was a swing but it's not in. There is no board 5 at the other table. So we've got a bit of a mess here. Can anyone hear me? A good way to get overwhelmed. Yes. Okay, thank you. Okay, someone can hear me. Thank you. So what Diana from Bridgebase is telling us, the original match lost the connection and then restarted. So board 5 is not in here. So Diana, I don't know if we'll ever know what happened on board 5 at the other table. As if you click on the scorecard and, well, I don't know, something weird has happened. So we won't be able to rely on the scorecard necessarily. Wow, look at that north hand. So 6 diamonds, excellent. We would make 7 on this lie of the cards, but getting to 6 would be fine. North could open a strong 2 clubs. I don't know if I'd open a strong 2 clubs or just 1 diamond. Oh, but West opened the 9 count. I find that hard to believe. Hi, David.
Oh, again, sorry, there was some.
We seem to have another view graph operator. West, everything's backwards here. West must have passed. Yeah, more of the dreaded undos. North opened a strong club. East preempted 2 spades. And you'll notice 7 diamonds is sort of on a finesse.
That's unlucky. No. Still 1 club. 1 club, 2 spades,
Okay,
double.
so strong club by North, that makes sense, rather than a super weak club by West. Every time I log on, Fleisher one even more.
Yeah, something happened weird with the scoreboard. I don't know what went wrong. Or out there, I don't know how the Fleischer lead just increased. There's no way to know. Board 5 was 1 imp. So I don't know why Fleischer's up 23. I don't recall them being up this much. And there's no swings.
There wasn't a swing on board 4, just thought there might be because that was a potential 6 odd split. At any rate, they're getting in Nystrom's way. He's finally started to fit his how many top tricks they got out and been counting. The club's coming in for 5 tricks. 7 diamonds, 5 clubs is 12. And 2 aces is 14 this time. If I want to play 7 like that, but I would advise them not.
Well, if you had the hand records, but I would also advise them not to because they'd be arrested. All right. Well, South's 4 spades doesn't do a lot for North because North's more concerned about the ace of hearts. Nothing's going to keep him out of 6 anyway, but I don't see them reaching 7. Yeah, unless he just takes a stab at it. This isn't the kind of layout where you can scientifically know what you're doing, especially when they preempted.
Yeah, I mean, all we know is North has a good hand with diamonds and South has some game force opposite a strong club. I suppose they're doing the best they can, and North probably bid 5 clubs. I mean, and South can bid 5 hearts, and North can bid 5 spades, and South can bid 6 diamonds because he doesn't have the club king. Maybe that's.
I like that.
Maybe that's the cleanest thing they can do at the moment.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice science. That is very nice science.
On the other hand, there's always exclusion, keep out something or other, and
I don't think so. I think it has to be a jump. North would like to say, partner, do you have the ace of hearts and the king of clubs? If talking were allowed.
Well, I mean, if you're a Bremark supporter, you'll love the look of this because North's going to think South's got. Well, he doesn't know about the yes, he does. He thinks South's got it all.
I think he responded as if it was exclusion. So 5-0 would be 0. 6 clubs would be 1 key card outside. They might have had a mix-up. Whatever it is, they're just going to be lucky. And
I guess Nystrom thinking, okay, if I need the clubs and rest through the hand that didn't make a weak jump over call, maybe it'll work.
See, Nystrom alert thinks 5 spades is a void, and if that's the case, I don't think South would bid 6 clubs. So I think they're on the wrong page here. 6 clubs undiscussed.
Whoever somebody would describe 6 clubs as undiscussed, which well, it looks as though it is.
So, unfortunately, I mean, I hate when this happens, regardless of who you're rooting for. But if the other table's in 6 diamonds, it's swinging a 20-something imps on just a 50-50. So, is there anything to this? Not really. It's just the club finesse, plain old 50-50. He can win this, throw a club, draw a trump. play a club to the queen, and he doesn't even have to play it. He could just say, "What's the king of clubs?" and claim.
Yes, he needs to draw 2 trumps and I'll have 2 left for roughing clubs because he can fish one. So, all right, well, this match, every time somebody looks like running away with it, put a couple of big swings together, the other team comes back, and we saw in the previous quarter, Fleisher picked up 13 and 14 or 12 and 14 on 2 boards, and then 4 boards later it was back to flat. This one, of course, I mean, I haven't got to it at the other table, but you'd be surprised if after a natural auction they couldn't identify they were missing something and play 6 diamonds, which of course is the right thing to do. He did. He's got the king of clubs, Versace, sheepishly putting his hand up.
Another buddy. That's 2 grand slams in 5 boards.
This one. Yeah,
Oh, he did.
like
take a club for this. Okay.
like we thought. Yeah, the Viewgraph operator tells us that the declarer just said basically, was the king of clubs. You didn't no need to play any tricks.
Right. Can anybody make a slam? Well, it's a bit of a disappointment. We don't know what the time score should be. 77, 86. We're prepared to
16 count.
One more
Okay, so
strong
1 club, strong club.
A laydown for spades east west, so north south on a sacrifice. Is it even a sacrifice? I guess they have to lead a heart against 5 clubs to beat it. If they don't lead a heart, it makes 6 clubs, I think.
I was going to say it's nearly a slam. If the club for those 2 clubs would have come in, you might easily make 6. I come to think about it, you might even make 7.
Yeah, it's actually a 4 or 6 hand on this layout. On a heart lead, you make 10 tricks. On any other lead, you make 12 tricks. Well, on a club lead, you make 13. A club lead from west.
Okay. Three done.
South is not anywhere near done. So now when South takes his second bid, North's going to be very anxious to raise clubs. So I don't see East West buying this in 4 spades.
Well, the trouble is that South has opened 1 strong club, and so he hasn't taken a first bid yet in terms of bidding his suits. And East has, well, he hasn't bid 3 spades, which would have, he bid 3 diamonds, which is some sort of mixed raise of spades. Whatever happens, I mean, South is going to try and get by. I mean, can bid 4 diamonds now and then 5 clubs will double or something when 4 spades comes around. But that's a bit fraught because all he knows is that his partner doesn't have much. I mean, parts is either a spade trap or not much.
He's white on red, so he's going to be doing a lot of
white will have a hand. I mean, this isn't so easy. Just to save over 4 spades, I mean, the guy's got 3 aces, but he doesn't know anything about what sort of a fit he's got. He doubled to show diamonds, okay. It's actually going to bid 4 spades. I guess he's going to. Yeah, he's going to do something when 4 spades comes from.
4 spades past 5 clubs since he's already shown diamonds or double.
Or double.
Yeah, if he doubles, North hasn't pulled that one yet. We don't always pull these doubles with flat hands.
Well, 4 no trump South, if that showed 3 suits, but maybe it showed like 6 diamonds and 4 clubs for South. I don't know.
It sure would have been easier in standard. You'd open a diamond and have an easier time catching up.
Ah. That helps.
Okay. Well, I guess North read his partner's double is not just diamonds. I guess he read it as, I mean, South could pass because he's already shown a good hand. So, I mean, he's not going to bid 6 clubs because North has shown this terrible hand. He doesn't know that he's got this great fit. But 5 clubs by North looks like somebody who thought that double of three diamonds was pure take out of spades, not anything to do with diamonds.
Well, I guess Versace, as he could pass double or bid five spades. I guess they're all in play.
Spades. Vulnerable against nutters. Fair amount.
Yeah.
Kind of hearts look defensive. King of clubs. Spades.
Well, if he's not a good opening leader, he needs to bid five spades. I don't see him finding the heart lead. Do you?
No, I mean, well, he's just shown a mixed raise, so he's probably, well, I mean, he might do on the grounds that he's just shown this mixed raise, and it looks like the opponents have got the minus, so maybe, just maybe, need a heart, but no, I mean, I don't know. Long odds against it.
Yeah, I guess it's a maybe, like you say. They first he has to realize it's his lead because it seems like it's North's clubs, but South opened an artificial club.
Yes, and then you'd have to lead a heart. I mean, the East, I suppose, might lead a heart for the same reason. Anyway, here he goes. He's got to find it.
Well, I wouldn't say there's no future in a spade lead. You might want to, their spades could be 1-1, and you might want to take your spade trick.
Yes, and a heart lead could sail around into who knows what.
So I wouldn't say no future in a spade lead. Sementa led out of turn. That's funny. It is a lead out of turn auction. I had a feeling someone might lead out of turn. All right, so declare is going to make 6.
Okay, Fleisher scored some imps on board 6 featured Nystrom finding an unsuccessful line of playing 2 hearts. They found a very successful one at the other table because they made 3. That's not quite hard, but 5 imps for Fleischer. We don't think the score is really 77-105. We're pretty sure Bremark hasn't scored any imps in this set, and we think that, at least I think that Fleischer scored 21. So I think the score is something like 77 to Bremark and 91 or maybe 92 to Fleischer. Something went wrong with the view graph while it was being recorded, if you see what I mean, and it's hard to put that right.
Well, what was the halftime score?
I think 70, so we can find out on the Bridge Winners scoreboard, presumably.
Oh, right.
So, oh no, well, they've got it as 77 to Bremark, 69 to Fleischer.
Right, so we agree with the 77, but we think Fleischer
I think Fleischer has 90. At least I do. 1821, yeah, I think he has 90.
And this deal is, I would say, a slight plus position for the Bremark team to bid in and make 5 clubs. But it could be double. It could be 6 clubs double. It could be anything.
Absolutely.
Crossed in diamonds. Wonder why he didn't just bang Trump out of his hand.
He crossed in diamonds, not even to leave the jack of clubs. Clearly, with this combination, if you're going to take it for that, you should leave the jack because he might have king 10 third. Maybe West of no avoid because he didn't do more bidding, but still, if you're going to lead to the queen, why not lead the jack?
Well, he could have just played the ace out of his hand now.
Oh, absolutely.
He's only at 5.
Yeah, absolutely. But, yes, pretty good.
Yeah, but the way to play that suit is certainly to lead the jack because that picks up 3-0. Of course. Okay, so
making 6.
He got up with 2 dimes. $19, I think. Or he can open one red trump if he decides that that's not a great 17, but it looks a perfectly good 17 to me.
All right, so 3-0 has no chance, of course, with a heart lead. What about 5 diamonds? You're off a diamond, and most of the time, 2 spade tricks. There might be an end play, though, here. I could see 5 diamonds maybe making if they get to it, but I don't think they will.
Well, I can see 3-0 trump making it was just raises to it, but I'm not sure he will.
Yeah, South doesn't have a heart lead.
But indeed, I think many cells would lead a heart with only a 4-card suit and a 3 count. They might well play for the pot. As it is, they're in 1-0 trump. Temporarily.
Yeah, so North's certainly going to balance, and now it'll become a part score battle. East West want to keep bidding diamonds, I'd say, because
So North South can make 2 hearts.
About 2 hearts plus double plus 2 spades.
Now will East double with a max and 2 hearts?
Yeah, but West wants it for 2 hearts. It will be may double it and then natural stronger than 2 diamonds showing 1 major. I was wondering about that. So
there's a case to just balance with 3 hearts, kind of get the whole thing off your chest and buy the contract.
yeah, so East not waiting for West. I mean, he's got a complete maximum in the right shape for a double. I shouldn't. What's gonna do? Gotta wire. Fast enough from. Yeah, a lot of potential. But it doesn't seem to have that much in hearts.
I suspect 5 diamonds is a make. I'm not saying they're going to bid it. Stranger things have happened. And the reason it's a make is diamonds are 2-2, and after you've drawn trump, taken everything in place, and a spade, the defense is screwed out of their 3rd spade trick. So if they stumble somehow with 5 diamonds, if they stumble into it, I wouldn't want to be in it, but I think it would make.
If I were North and it would want to trump pass and I reopened with 2 hearts and my opponent didn't make 5 diamonds, I think I'd go out and shoot myself. I don't think I'd. What? Here we go.
They are going to bid and make 5 diamonds. Wow. I mean, it might take us. I think it takes a spade lead to stop it. I'm going to predict. You can click on the double dummy. I'm going to predict it says on a spade lead down. Anything else making? Let's see. No. Yeah, that's right. I had it right. A spade lead sets. He's not going to lead a spade. Yeah,
no,
spade.
Wouldn't lead from 10-9-8 in his partner's suit rather than
All right.
10-5-4 in a suit who knows where. So yeah, really, he's going to have to go out and shoot him.
The double dummy agrees with me, and the only thing though I can see, David, is the declarer is going to have to decide. He is going to draw trump, strip the hand, run the clubs. Might he lead a spade up towards the jack 3rd? I don't think he'll be able to. He's going to be in the wrong hand anyway. See, if South has the king queen of spades, you want to lead the spade towards the jack for the end play that way, but he won't be able to because he's going to end up in the wrong hand. So by force, he's going to make this, guaranteeing you plus 600. North, David, what kind of? I don't think Sweden allows firearms, though. So
here in America, I'm sure.
He's not in Sweden. He's going to go out the streets of Chicago and buy one, I tell you.
Yeah, you can do that here. And Chicago's got a lot of guns.
Yeah. Probably more than the whole of Sweden.
Are you with me? Are you going 99% declare makes this?
Well, I'm sure he'll make it.
Thank you.
I don't see what else he can. I don't see what else he can do.
Yeah, and he knows what his chance is. He knows his chance is the double spade honor. I know not all the viewers see this if you're a new player, but if you don't see it now, you're going to see it soon.
Yeah, I mean,
And it's very frustrating for North-South. I'll say that. Now, I think Sementa was probably going to finesse the 10 of clubs, and if he needed to, but now he doesn't. Oh boy, this is brutal for North-South. It really is, and they can see it coming.
Yeah, he couldn't see it coming. He should have put the queen in as he could.
Right, and now it goes low 9, and they'd have to guess.
Yeah, he should try to look like a man with king queen double.
Oh no, there's no guess. He would put up the jack.
Oh, he's got king queen double, and it doesn't matter, does it? He's
Right.
Yeah.
There is no
Absolutely. Sorry, I could see it coming, and he just couldn't be bothered.
guess. Yeah, well, we saw that coming.
Right, what for the indignities?
Well, this is about
Nystrom would be thinking, can I suffer before?
This must be about the 10th Flannery hand I've seen this weekend.
Fleisher and Martel use Flannery, don't they? We saw Flannery appear and they stayed out of some clubs. I don't know whether Flannery was partly or wholly to blame for that, but it'll be another arrow in the quiver of the Flannery haters. At the last count, there were 10,004,003, whereas the supporters numbered about 17.
Post a link to Flannery. I like weak 2 diamonds, but if my partner insisted on Flannery, I'd play Flannery. I think West is going to be 3 clubs here. That's pretty normal.
He can't put 5 clubs and make it, can he? Probably. 3
Well,
no
they can
Trump and make that.
all-
Actually, maybe 3 no Trump and make that.
Right. Maybe they'll balance. Maybe they'll be 3 clubs. That North-South will be 3 yards on the back into 3 no making. I mean, on a hard lead.
I don't think you can make it without on a dime 8.
Yeah, right.
2
They'd have to.
What does that mean?
Yes, but now who plays that?
What does that mean?
So that means clubs.
Question: who the heck plays transfers on this auction? Okay, so the Fleisher teams didn't bid the 7 diamonds on the finesse. So swing to Bremark. They're going to need it because they're about to lose a bunch for that 5 diamonds Versace and Sementa bid and made. What a treatment, David. Have you ever seen such a thing that you balance with a transfer?
I didn't see an explanation for 2 spades. It just clubs.
Minor.
For 1 minor, okay.
I guess the theory is you can't have spades when you don't overcall 1 spade.
Well, certainly Versace can't because he overcalls 1 spade on 5 spades. He doesn't look at the rest of his hand. He just counts his spade. He and Larry were the lightest overcallers I've ever seen in my life.
It's funny though, because if you just have 1 minor, how about just you bid it? I don't know. There must be some reason they play that. Well, 3 clubs will be easy.
Yes, he's found a pretty good fit.
No, nothing in this. I guess, David, being over there, you haven't played in this event very often, but I can tell you yeah, it's a good event, but when I used to play, it's funny, the times I was fortunate to get to the final, I kind of felt relaxed. Like I felt pressure in the early rounds. I don't want to get knocked out. I don't want to get knocked out. But when you get to the final, like I almost was more relaxed. It's like, all right.
Well, I mean, for a start, it's probably the end of an awful lot of pressure, but I know what you mean. I mean, you nobody wants to. I mean, the worst place to lose is the semi-final. You really don't want to do that.
Because these players seem to be very jovial and relaxed. I'm reading the ViewGraph commentator, and they're saying they're laughing, and he did this, and they're laughing, and sometimes in the finals there can almost be a more everyone's kind of happy and relaxed and peaceful.
If Nystrom managed to laugh when he just made 5 diamonds against him, he's a super relaxed guy. Meantime, there's not anything to 3 clubs to say he's going to lose 2 odds, so I think straight in the diamond, I guess.
Right, and of course, everyone would balance with that hand. So I know, David, a lot of times my students. See, I teach, for me, it's so important to teach balancing, like 1 arc past 2 arcs. Don't let them play there. And my students always say, well, what if they now go to 4? Like, you just don't worry about that. So what happened here doesn't happen very often.
No. I'm going to say, I hope your students weren't watching
Yeah, they'll never balance again.
Even some of the less promising students would balance with King Queen Jack 7th of hearts and however many aces he had as well.
All right, here's a potential slam for you, David. Not a great slam.
Thinking fast.
This one needs the heart finesse and the club guess.
And the club guess, okay.
Well, it's a little better than that, because if North has the ace queen of clubs, you don't need the heart finesse. If you play from West, you can leave.
Yes, that's true. That's a small extra chance.
Right. So the way to play 6 spades actually is you'll go down, because you should play a club to the jack. Since you have to guess clubs anyway, you should play a club to the jack and make the ace queen right. So without a heart lead, 6 spades should go down. With a heart lead, now you're back down to a straight guess.
So they're using this 2-0 trump and
the ace of clubs lead. Make it. So if they do get to 6, the opening lead will be crucial again. On a diamond lead, you'll go down because you'll play a club to the jack. Against a weak player, you'll make it because they always grab their ace of clubs second to the trick. So this could be a swing either direction.
The strong player, you might make it because the only reason he grabbed his ace of clubs was that he had the queen as well.
Well, if they do grab the ace of clubs, you can then play king of clubs and ruffle club.
Yeah, that's what you would. I agree. That's what you would do to give yourself.
But you're saying against a strong player, if they grab the ace, you would finesse them to the queen. So.
You'd think I mean, they could just be grabbing the ace because they got the king of hearts and they don't want to go to bed with the ace of clubs. But in that case, you were going down anyway, so to speak.
Okay, they're just going to play in 4 spades here. The 3 heart bit, I think, shows the missing ace king in the minors.
Serious, but it looks like they're about to stop.
Well, they should, of course.
Yeah, so you don't. It's not a 6 you should be in, but it's
It's okay.
They're just keeping track of the score. How many bogus things do we think Fleisher's got? We think the score is 88 and 90. We think 15 of those hints are non-serious hints. But as we saw, there's for 10 is likely to be some serious hints for Fleisher. On the other hand, board 9 could be some hints for Bremark. Versace showed 6 spades without 3 clubs and a non-serious slam try.
All right. Well, in this lead, it's just a 50-50 club guess.
Yeah, I mean, he still hasn't made it just because of that.
Let me give the audience a tip here. If you're playing in 4 spades at your local duplicate, and you have to guess those clubs, okay, you draw trump, whatever, or play one. When you play that 6 or 5 clubs, I'm going to tell you how you should play the clubs, okay? Because everyone always wants to know, should you put in the king or you should put in the jack? Well, you should put in the jack. And I know that's wrong here. But the reason you should put in the jack is that a lot of players you play against are not experienced. And those players will grab the ace when they have it, or they will think about it. So if you're just playing against Joe Schmo and they play low without a care in the world, you should assume they don't have the ace. Therefore, you should put in the jack. And when it loses to the queen here and North has the ace, you can compliment them. Nice play, well done, nice tempo, whatever. But in the long run, you put in the jack. You'll be right more than half the time.
Meanwhile, Versace has eliminated everything in case the king of clubs lost to the singleton ace. He would still make 6.
Now, he didn't follow my rule because he's not playing against Joe Schmo. He's playing against Frederick Nystrom.
Sorry, partner, missed another one. What can we do?
Now, he might have guessed it right because North might have let a club from the queen, but he certainly wasn't going to lead the club from the ace. So that might have been his reason. More laughing and joking around from the view graph operator. Yeah, I've seen that happen in the finals. You know, it's amazing how that could happen. Another Flannery, David. I think that dealing machine in Horn Lake, Mississippi is dealing these 4 or 5 in the majors hands like crazy.
We should start taking it up. Personally, if you had to open 2 diamonds, Flannery, then South could pass. That would be good. Some people play 2 hearts as Flannery.
Well, I knew if I knew they were going to keep dealing me Flannery hands, then I would play Flannery. No doubt about that. I just don't want to lose my other use of 2 diamonds. But if you play Flannery and they keep dealing you Flannery hands, that's terrific.
Well, I guess they will have to
try. Enough. Probably the 2 diamonds, yeah. And
So in standard, of course, North can't hit the spades now because that's a reverse, which shows stronger hands. So this hand illustrates why people play Flannery. Not that Flannery would be so great here; it would go too hard. I mean, 2 diamonds and South might pass that.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think I would pass it. It'd be grateful I was playing the convention.
Or would North be happy with that? North, it might go 2 diamonds, pass 5 diamonds. North might want to reopen. Yeah, North would love his hand.
Might get 2 diamonds, pass. West could balance with 2 on Trump. I think he's got what? 16 counting.
Yeah, now North did 3 diamonds.
Flannery 2 diamonds, pass. You could see him bidding 2 on Trump.
Right, and now North would love his hand.
Strong caser.
Somebody did 3 no Trump. It wasn't the side that should have won. 2 diamonds plus 3 diamonds plus 3 trump, really.
No. That, with the club stopper, the single 3, I don't think so. Can't be.
Unless this is going to come to that. Oh, he didn't have the strong clubs, so Nystrom knows he can't make 3 no trump. I guess maybe 3 no trump is actually a diamond raise. You know, he bid 2 diamonds and this part of it 3 diamonds. He's got a good hand for diamonds. And maybe 3 no trump shows that, and Case can't make them wants to play that.
Yeah.
So
Can't
clearly
make it
knows
though,
what's
can you?
going on, because Upmark pulled it to 4 diamonds like a rocket. And so yeah, they must have this special.
You're okay here at 4 diamonds.
South is a bit bigger, then you can make 5 diamonds. North's got great key parts and a shape.
I mean, I guess North was trying for 5 diamonds, giving Upmark a shot at 3 no trump if he felt that was plausible. So it's not.
Well, without a spade lead, 5 diamonds might have a chance.
Not chances.
I'll bet without a spade lead, it makes sense. Dummy. Well, it says that a spade lead, yeah, or a club lead and a spade switch, I guess. But 4 diamonds is easy.
You do have 5 hot tricks, I suppose, double dummies. So.
Well, but even single dummy, if you finesse and then set up the 4th one, not clear.
Yeah, that would be.
Not clear how you would play it if you got to 5. That'll take care of that. Spade lead declarer will need spades 3-3 now just to make 4 diamonds. Because if there was a spade rough out there, he'd go down in 4 diamonds. So how do East West do in clubs? They lose 2 hearts, a diamond, and 2 spades. They can't really make many clubs.
There actually came half a dozen ints to Bremark on board 9 when there was all that excitement. North-South could make 4 clubs on a heart lead and 6 clubs otherwise. They played in 5. Their opponents at the other table, rather than try to lead a heart, tried to hope to make 5 spades, or that it would be a save, and it was the latter. So they lost 200. 4-6 ints more to Bremark, so we believe that Bremark are actually in the lead by 94 to 90, but we also believe that lead won't survive board 10. But you never know.
Well, when you come back, anyone who comes back to watch the 4th quarter, I suspect they'll have the score adjusted and proper.
Oh, sure. So they did lead a spade anyway. I guess that was sort of the, well, I mean, there were 200 suits, clubs and spades, but it's more logical to lead spades because you have many fewer of them. So if you set up tricks and spades, they're more likely to be cashing than if you set up tricks in clubs. So that's a good lead by Sementa. And given he's got an unsupported queen in both suits, he might as well lead the one where high counts from partner will be more likely to be useful.
Right, in one of my opening lead lessons, well, let's watch the play for a moment, although there doesn't seem to be anything in it. Those will be over in a second. So one of my opening lead lessons I've constructed and is when you're on lead against a slam, like they did 6 spades, like they Blackwood, and if you leading from a king's okay on those auctions when especially dummy shows a running suit. So I have a deal where they open a spade and dummy shows clubs, and I get to 6 spades, and you're on lead with 2 red kings. You have 3 to the king and 6 to the king. And the lesson is to lead from the king to try to build the trick, but lead from the 3 to the king, because that's more likely to be a trick than cash. So kind of what you were just saying, David. And of course, your partner is that queen and a black ace.
So, Holland, are indefatigable supplier of knowledge about systems and all sorts of other things through 19. The real operator has a, I don't know what the real operator is, has a set score of 21-17 in favor of Bremark, which is interesting because I have a set score of 21-17 in favor of Fleisher. I think the set score is correct. I just think the total score is wrong. But I don't know. I'm not in Chicago. Meanwhile, East has a, well, this isn't a strong club. This is a balanced or natural one. No trump would be a mini no trump for him in this position. So that's why he's not opening the strong one. He's opening his balanced or clubs. South of Beto, Cohen, west of Parks, north of Hatton.
I did 1 or 2 now.
Yeah, I don't know whether 2 diamonds forcing, but he might. I mean, with 3 and a heart, using 2 bobbing because it doesn't sound as though the opponents have got plenty of those. 2 clubs is his cue bit.
Yeah, the way most people in America play is that guarantees 3-card spade support. So that would not be a possibility.
No, I don't know whether it is a cubit or whether it's actually a transfer. Some people still, well, I say still, some people do play those. It doesn't look like a transfer because Upmark would have no reason to rebid 2 spades. I guess it's a cubit.
So 3-0 is pretty good contract. Well, 3-0 once East is opened. If they lead hearts and they're not 4-4, could be a problem. So I guess if they land in spades, that's not good. They want to land in no trump.
Well, they might survive landing in 3 spades, but as you say, you might as well be in 3-0 trump for almost the same money. I mean, if North plays no trump East, will rarely be leading a heart when the hearts are 5-3 because he won't have 5. And even if West has 5, how will East not?
It's certainly not the contract I'd want to be in. I don't know why.
No. It's all done.
I don't know why North didn't bid. Don't just bid no trump. Yeah, queen and 1 heart. So what? It's not like you said. It's not like the guy on lead's going to have 5 of them.
And you'd suddenly want to be playing from the north hand, whatever you were playing, really. I want to be good.
Okay, what are we in here? Spades. Perfect spade layout.
Oh, 2 clubs did show diamonds.
The club showed diamond in that case. Okay, then why didn't maybe Upmark's not allowed to bid 2 diamonds with fewer than 3, but I don't know why that would be. 2 clubs, good raise plus so convention card on it. Well, but we don't know why. Can he make 3 spades with Fuzzy County's got a diamond and a couple of hearts on the plus with the fortunate spade land.
Spade,
I tried
2
playing
hearts.
transfer
and
advances like I overcall and now transfers. I had David Berkowitz and I
No spades. 2 hearts and a club.
Well,
So we should make 3 spades.
we tried it for 1 tournament and we couldn't afford the Excedrin headache bill, so we abandoned that after the 1 tournament. We never knew when they were on or off, or if it was a raise or if it was on in competition, and We just gave them up after one tournament. I've seen
Yeah, I
some.
mean, they're one of many good ideas that need an awful lot of work. It's not as simple as just saying, "Oh, let's play transfer responses to overcalls." You have to discuss an awful lot of situations.
Yeah, I'm watching this event. I've seen it get screwed up by some of these players who play it.
Right. I mean, you see them more rarely than I would think you would see them, because in principle, like all of Jeff Rubin's ideas are good ones, but a switch to hard skies. But Sementa can see that. Just full of -8 winners in the dummy.
Well, I don't even know if he had to. It's called the useful space principle, USP.
Another rapid claim, or slightly slow claim by the look of it, but anyway, 140 for Upmark, which I guess even with a hard lead, the spades coming in, you can knock out a club and make 3-0 trumps a possible position before Fleisher to win some points. Is this the last board of the segment? Yes, it is. Can anybody make a slam on it?
I doubt it.
Maybe.
You got 6 hearts. Well,
Let's see.
yeah.
I'd redouble 6 hearts. I would. Tens out of space coming down.
Yeah, I think they might.
Wow.
I think, yeah. I spoke too quickly. I doubt it, but yeah, it's do that. Well,
there's a little descriptive one diamond. Maybe, yeah, no, he does. That's what he has to do with this card's playing is strong.
I'm not quite sure yet that you can handle it all, but
no. But I mean,
maybe.
Put it this way: it's the only slam with any chance. Or is it the what can he's West make? No, they probably can't mix it. Okay, one highly descriptive diamond by North, one spade by East, passed by South. I refuse to believe.
Me too. This would be a precision 2-diamond.
No, that'll be 2 hearts by South, I suspect.
Yeah, this is all out of whack.
This is all out of whack by
yeah. North-South will do well to reach 4 hearts. I'm sure they'll reach 4 hearts, and now I don't see. If West raises spades, there's a good chance East sacrifices in 4 spades, which shall be a bit of a mess when he sees that trump break.
Yes, it will. Well, yes, it will be a bit of a mess. Question of whether, I mean, the vulnerability, he can afford 3 downs worth of mess. Well, actually, he can afford, what can he afford? 5 downs worth, 6 downs worth of mess for one imp against 1430 from the other 2.
You're still going to give him the
Probably not coming.
I think he's going to bid 4 spades now. Got that around.
He's got
to me, 4 hearts is a transfer to 4 spades. That's an expression we use here. When the opponent's bid 4 hearts, he's white on red. I would have done it. So you're giving them 680, David?
Well, on this bidding, you might well get 680. I mean, he's not going to. He's in a bit short of entries, but when he decides to bang down the ace of hearts, he's in good shape for 680. I mean, he's bound to pick the spades up.
All right, I'll tell you what. Since this is my last deal of the day, I'm worn out. I've done 3 sets. I'm going to take 650.
All right, come on, Upmark, you can do it.
I need some bet. You can have 680, and I'll have 650. But I agree. Let's check the double dummy. I think it can make 650.
You better check the double dummy. I don't know whether he can do it. I don't see any reason he shouldn't be able to do this. No, I don't like the look of this.
Well, it's saying that they can hold him to 5.
Well, they can now, I suspect. But that was because he didn't bang down the ace of nine. I mean, he could have taken a club finesse and a hard finesse, but I can understand why he's not doing any of that.
Well, why can't he make? How are they going to stop him from making 6?
Well, they're going to play too many diamonds. Well, they're not going to play too many diamonds at him because that's not the natural defense. But if they did play,
He would rough it.
and now he can pitch on this trick, and now he's cold for 680.
Darn, so I had a chance to win.
Yeah, if only Sementa hadn't blown the defense. Mind you, I'd blame Upmark for blowing the play. At least I think I would. I don't know. Maybe I should turn on the double dummy solver just because I'm not actually analyzing to see what. Yeah, it says he can make. Is that right? There's a 2. That means he can make 2.
Yeah. Now he can, but it did say, it said that if he's played back a diamond, that would hold him to 5. I don't quite see how, but I always believe the double dummy. So the other table's on board 10, so it's going to be forever. Yeah.
Yeah, so this was Versace flying with the 5 down. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm not going to stick around to see if I win or lose my bet. So that's better that way. Thank you, Al, David, Jan, Diana, everybody. Thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you for the nice feedback. I'm sorry I talk so much, but I just have so many things I want to say. What a game we played. What a great game. Bye-bye.
Well, I'm interested in winning like that. I don't know what we've done. Well, if Stardy's going to run this and not rough it or anything, then he'll be in the right hand to make a hard play, or maybe he'll run this round and then take another roughing spade finesse. I mean, essentially, he can throw a club on this pick and later throw a club on the other spade and rough a club, and then dummy will be practically high once he's drawn the trumps, and you can play ace king of clubs or rough a club and all the rest of it. There's queen of clubs and rough a club. Okay, 10 imps did come to Fleisher on board 10, as we suspected, so that we believe the score now to be 94 to Bremark and 100 to Fleisher, but we could easily be wrong. Meanwhile, Upmark, it's as if he knows how much I have at stake. He doesn't want to let me down here. He's thinking through all his possibilities. And he's very done. No, you have to throw a club. You're going to need to pitch 2 clubs and rough out a club winner in the dummy, I think. Of course, he's not worrying about making 6. He's going in his head through, well, is there any chance if I lose this to king and the clubs are lousy and the heart's lousy, I go down in 4? That's what he's really thinking about. He's not thinking about his best play for a couple of over tricks and 6. I mean, if he ran this and had lost to the king, and they played a club through, would he even be on show ground? I mean, but if he roughs this, he's still not really on show ground for making 4. So if everything is vile, like king jack of clubs offside, the contract looks pretty simple from just about every point of view, and that's the time when good players think, well, okay, this looks simple, but what could possibly go wrong? He'll feel that essentially the set hasn't been, he doesn't know, for example, that his side lost a big swing on board 4. He'll suspect that they lost one on board 10. He'll be happy with putting diamonds on board 8 because that needed a finesse. So it's not a question of him thinking anything about the state of the match. He's just giving it his best shot not to go down in a vulnerable game he could make on some terrible lie of the cards that he didn't cater for. Okay, I think he's still on track for 12 tricks. As long as he doesn't leave the Queen of Hearts off for them, that would be a quick way to blow a trick, but making Carstens off in the quarter. Fleisher will be much happier. They won't be much happier. Those 15 imps of the scores, it appears, on the BBO display are bogus, we think. He'll be leading, but not by enough that he'll buy bottles of champagne for his team to drink during the final segment. Ay, 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 ay. There goes my bet. But at least some dreadful 4-0 break didn't occur. You'd have thought of it. Well, I mean, if he started avoiding hearts, he would bid 4 spades for sure, whatever else he did. So he knows Trump's on 4-0 that way around. But he still doesn't know that the clubs are breaking 3-2 with the king on the side. He does know. Yeah, he does know that East doesn't actually have the king of clubs, because he showed up with the king of spades and the ace king of diamonds and the king of hearts, and if he had the king of clubs as well. Versace would have had about a 1 count for his raise, and he wasn't prepared to believe that. I do Larry Cohen when I see him, but I blame Anyway, they've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boards left to play at the other table, so maybe we go over there and have a look.
Question, did 3 clubs, he would have been gotten higher than 3 clubs on this auction, so I think we can score this up for a success for flattery 2 hearts on this hand.
Hmm. Well, will we get to 6 spades here?
This is a normal 4 spades. I do see it's a magical make for 6 if West guesses it, but that is definitely a bad contract. Ah, David has returned.
Well, I was over at the other table with
Oh, you are? Okay.
showing watching these boards being played at a rather faster pace than they seem to have been managed over here, but as the captain said, they have harder problems in the other. Hey, trying for Flannery on board 11. Because I guess after Flannery traveled around to East, he didn't feel like bidding because he knew there was spades to his left, so 2 hearts was made in this room and not the other room. Spectacular effort by Versace on board 10. Poor old Nystrom, he balanced over a no trump with King, Queen, Jack, 7th of hearts, and an ace and a queen, and the next thing he knew, he was defending 5 diamonds instead of 1 no trump, and he couldn't beat 5. He could actually have beaten 1 no trump with his partner. Back at the ranch, 1 spade, 2 clubs, 3 spades. Okay, so maybe that's just. I got a solid suit. I got the ace. I got a club control. I got a heart control. Okay, how many aces you got? What key cards you got? I got what? Oh yeah, I got 3. Okay, do you have the queen of trumps? Maybe you want to ask that. 3 spades should show it. But if you're in 6 spades, will you make it?
The evil look was that you'll get lucky because the heart is on side, and then you have to guess the club. That's the first look. Now,
Yeah, we were saying that if they don't lead a heart, then they might well lead a heart. Although West Keepertons and we were the lead at that. Then you might as well play a club to the jack, because if the ace queen of clubs are both on the side, you don't need the heart. You're going to need a club guess anyway.
right, good
So
point.
your percentage might be to play a club to the jack. And if you do that, of course, you won't make. I mean, it was a bit of fun. It's been surprising because now normally when you bid black,
What?
I mean, what you going to do over okay, suddenly show the boys. Now they did lead it down. So if you're going to take it to some big shot, I reckon that's a club to the jack.
Maybe play very early. You're going to try these.
Yes, I suppose you could bang a club on the table and see if the guy goes up to the ace. That's what he's doing. Now, no, he did duck. No, the percentage of as all as it should be.
Okay, time to hit the next button. His hand's over. I see.
That was my logic that somebody is saying. Larry was the fellow who brought the point up at the other table, as you'd expect. He spotted that the greatest percentage chance was to flat it away Palmer has actually played.
So probably
You know
we'll
what,
look at points.
like,
We're finding the correct way to play. You will lose points for finding the right way to play.
well, I made 12 and 4 because I let a heart. But it's fair. Yes, the clubs. Another Flannery. Flannery might actually get passed on the West. Did they open 2 diamonds Flannery or 2 hearts Flannery?
2 hearts for them, so this will be a 2 heart opener, unless
Well, trouble around the West will be 2 no trumps, I guess. What happens over that is anybody's guess. Possibility that it'll go 2 That will almost certainly make because North won't made a diamond against it. No, he decided to pass it up, which was questionable. Well, then if it had gone 1/2 pass, it would be one more trump like that. I mean, he knows that partner doesn't have a bunch of spades because left-hand opponent does, but still, that's a balanced 16 cut. What's a partner supposed to do with some balance to left? He's supposed to defend 2 hearts down 3 and 9 shots in motion. I think that's too cautious. Having said that, the other table player got as high as 4 diamonds, but that was okay. That made 2 hearts. Is probably okay.
And a chance to duck the heart. The hearts will probably be started by a ducking of the heart. The heart of the jack.
Never mind, but saying back directly that leading short miners against Flannery isn't necessarily the way to go. You should try to tap the player by leading long miners. Maybe lead trump if you think very, very good fun. I mean, declares not the Flannery isn't all plain sailing. He can not take too many to finesse in spades and in hearts, and he's got 1 entry to the dummy. He has need to take a heart finesse. That's fine. But now we can't make any more. Playing this to flip the trumps, which was fine, but when they don't do it, he is out of the seek and better. Might they could play another club. I'm not sure what that does.
I don't think that, and that's the plan of thing before, but I think it has the same problem as this has.
I mean, if you play out the jack and queen and they play a club, you can rough it in your hand. That's hopeless. You know, no dummies out of clubs, but you rough it in the dummy and know it. Or maybe you can come to the ace of spades and draw trumps and cash the diamonds. You'd still have one of those. Yeah. Okay, so decided. Doesn't fit your winner, you should do it. East doesn't fit your winner. So, if we suspect 15, I think we were working out of those intercepts going to Fleisher at the moment are a result of the connection loss earlier. Then the score after this board will be 100 to Bremark and 117 to Fleisher. So plenty left to play for.
True.
I'm not sure why West is taking time here.
No, that's what you're playing on a club.
It seems like another club would definitely work.
Oh, I thought one is often. It's really rather that. Characteristic play by Chip Martell, but the upshot is half a dozen into Bremark, who I think will be trailing by 17. But this is another chance for Fleischer if they can bid 3-0 trump on the North South cards. I think they can make it. A spade at the other table was a pretty uncomfortable business, but it came home okay. The real score is 117-100, yeah. The 17 imps with what 17 deals remaining, so an imp aboard for Bremark to claw back, and then we can go into overtime.
Well, here will be a normal one spade over 5. And now it's sort of up the north to decide how good these things look like. It's not.
Club.
Something slightly strange happened at the other table. North bid 2 clubs, and nobody seemed too sure what that was. But Upmark bid 2 spades over it, and Nystrom raised him to 3 spades, and then somebody explained that 2 clubs showed diamonds. So, Nystrom believes that Upmark at any rate had rejected a transfer to diamonds and rebid what sounded to Nystrom like a 6 card spades. So he raised it to 3, and Upmark that and just made it.
This seems like a more normal contract. It's going to be a flat contract, flat board, I think.
Because if the other table 2 diamonds showed diamonds, then there is a reason for not to bid 2 diamonds. But as to how you get to 3-0 trump, I don't really know. But North could just up and bid it. I mean, on the score. he still strongly suggested anyway, queen and one heart, who cares? East won't have five of them. And why would he lead one if West has?
I think the defense will go the same. Spade back.
The point at the other table, he shifted to a trump and Rain's done exactly the same thing. Trying to look like a man without the queen, but not fooling anybody.
And that will make the play pretty quick.
Yes.
I'm still doing the playing 3-0 in my head. Let's see. Whether it can be beaten, I'm not sure. It'd be very hard to.
Well, I mean, it's worth it. There'd be nothing to do. The South somehow became declared they could lead a diamond, I guess. But even that, yeah, no, that might give them a shot. They could lead a diamond and shift off. But North, I don't think that. Well, maybe hard with the king and
fighting through.
maybe that would do it.
Well, he's not a grandmaster. How can he play in grandmaster's table? You don't have to be a grandmaster.
Anyway, nobody was in 3-0, whether they could beat it or not, I suspect. That North could probably still make it, but one more to come in this third quarter. We think the score is 117 to Fleisher, 100 to Bremark. We thought that North South were called for 6 hearts, which is true. We didn't think they would bid it, which is also true. They didn't. And I'm ashamed to say I lost a bet with Larry Cohen. I was betting that Upmark would make 12 tricks, but Larry was betting it only make 11. And it was in the balance for a long time. He won the opening spade lead and had 12 available at that point, but he played a diamond, so now he was down to 11. But West won that and played a spade back, so now he was back up to 12. And he thought for a long time and ran that round. And now he was still making 12, but then he played the Queen of Hearts from dummy, and it was all gone. The 650 for Upmark, and I owe Larry Cohen whatever we bet. When I see it.
That's all fun conversation, but occasionally the North South is not even going to be thinking about slam.
No.
It's an atrocious slam. It's not just bad, it's atrocious.
Well, when East opens the bidding, there's a sporting chance of having the King of Hearts and the King of Spades. I agree, the King of Clubs would have been possible, but we've made worse for this happening. Transfer responses to overcalls, that's what they play. Well, transfer responses after overcall, sorry, this is East over calling and south betting 2 diamonds to show hearts. I guess facing a pass down, North will just give himself 4.
That makes sense to me. Whenever possible, you shouldn't give extra information to defense.
Well, Phil weighing up his options for a while, and maybe there's some questions and answers going on, and he's explaining stuff. I mean, I guess he might only. What? No, he didn't do that. Don't tell me he did that. Okay. Ooh.
Rubber have 2 diamonds is
Oh no. Don't tell me they got to balance the opponents into game at this table as well. I mean, it'll go more self-working in this game if he's passed. Yes, they were.
Well, I still can't imagine now at least inviting with North hand. Some of the 2 diamonds show 5 hearts.
I mean, okay, maybe it would be an exaggeration for North to bid 4 hearts, but 3 hearts. Looked sort of dead center. What happens? That'll be the second time Bremark have balanced the opponents into a vulnerable game this fashion. So despite the fact that if it does happen, Fleisher will take a 17 and bleed into the last quarter. If they'd managed to avoid doing both of those things, they would actually be a couple of imps ahead themselves. This hasn't played out yet. Palmer hasn't decided whether to pass 3 diamonds or bid 3 spades. If he bids 3 spades, I think North-South will be through. But if he passes 3 diamonds, then North will certainly bid 3 hearts, and as Gavin Walcott said, South may then think, hey, my partner got 4 hearts and a singleton diamond, and I've got this. Well, I mean, we're talking about discipline and all that. We pass ourselves out and we don't normally reopen and then bid game and Fleisher.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I don't understand. I mean,
Hang on a minute, we're not through. Maybe West could have bid 3 spades.
I can't imagine West bidding now.
One more chance.
But I'd like to know the implications of it. I would only know the 2 diamonds of the transfer response, but couldn't 2 hearts be sort of an average hand with 3 hearts?
Yeah, yes, it could. Yes, yes. I mean, you wouldn't bid 3 hearts with an average hand of 3 hearts, but it'd be
Right,
yes.
no, but just that additional 2 hearts seems.
Absolutely. No, South had a clear-cut pass over 3 diamonds. 3 hearts.
And, I'll suggest it might even be a 2 card, because yeah, right.
Yeah.
North has a lot of playing strength for this.
Well, that's why I was amazed he only did 2 up. So he
Right.
was about 3. Gavin, did you say this was going to be a boring last hand? Put it this way, can him swing to Bremark on this board, there'll be a 7-hit margin, we think, going into the final quarter. I mean, 17 is a close match, but 7, that's not much. I mean, he knows his king jack of clubs are pretty much junk at his point. We've got 5-5 and spades and he doesn't know they're absolute junk. That club doesn't have to show on us. This point, he could have ace on a club and a small singleton heart. When 3 hearts and 3 spades could both be making.
The north and south are not bidding very much, which means maybe east could have a big hand. I mean, we have as much as ace, king, 5 of spades, ace, king, 5 of diamonds, and ace of clubs. Could you have 18? You don't play a strong club, I don't think. It's really could just be a part score straight. That,
From West's point of view, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
on overcalled a spade and then did 3 diamonds all by himself. And he's got the diamond fit, he's got 3 spades, he's got the king of clubs. That might be a card or it might not. You wouldn't blame the guy for bidding king spade. Not as if it's going to get a thunderous penalty double all passed on 500.
Yeah.
He might get a thunderous penalty double all passed on 500 on this level.
So if the partner has ace, king, 5 of spades, ace, king, 5 of diamonds, even just that, the opponents have hinted that the hands are actually relatively balanced. That's,
He passed, okay. Well, what's the difference? 200 is 10 and 230 is only 9, so that 12th trick that done so much to me might mean an extra input or save on it for Fleisher.
I don't know what the minimum for South City is to make that transfer.
I don't either, but I'm just still pretty surprised that North only bid 200.
else?
Fleisher leads 118 to 110. Okay, so he lost the full 10 on this board. He scored only 200. That's maybe 200. That's probably all he was getting. And actually, I thought it was 117. But of course, they finished half an hour ago in Chicago. They know the score. So 8 imps. Fleisher will take into the last quarter of the 2023 Spingold, which I have to say has been an awful lot of fun to watch as a.
Well, he guessed Hearts right.
Yeah, I mean he's in 3, he doesn't. Upmark took a long time to play for because he had to think about variable breaks, king, jack of clubs offside, say, and ways to go down each four. It looked easy, but there are always pitfalls. Here, I don't think he's got time to make 12 tricks. He needed to set up.
No, he's done it. He's on his way as well.
Oh, that 10 of spades is dropping. Sorry, I forgot about that. If he's playing for me and the other one. Mark was hopeless.
What?
No.
Well, that's the big thing with the operator tournaments. But
It was on the table playing the middle. 118, 110 it is. I don't know when they'll be back, but I'll probably have gone to bed. Thanks, Greg. Thanks, Al, for the invaluable system advice and so forth. Good luck to everyone for the last quarter.
yeah, thanks a lot.